Now, I first heard of or heard about Motionless in White back in the 2000s. You know, I saw what they look like. I kind of saw what their fans look like, wearing those types of shirts. You know the ones I'm talking about. I'll try to show a picture on the screen to show you. But yeah, I've heard of them. And I always thought that they were just another one of those scene emo, metal screamo type of bands. Those type of bands that were all over the place in the 2000s. There was a lot of them around. And I just thought they were just another one of those. And honestly, I already listened to a lot of that kind of stuff back then. You know, a fair bit of it. So, and I didn't want to be known as the emo and scene guy or the metal and screamo guy. I didn't want to be known for just listening to those types of music. I wanted, wanted people to know that I listened to lots of stuff. Not just that. So yeah, so there was a lot of that type of music and those type of bands, including Motionless in White, that I just never got into. I never gave a chance. And it's kind of sad, honestly. I should have gave it a chance. I should have not just judged it based on appearance and what their fans look like. I should have gave it a chance. It gave other things a chance too, and I have more recently. A lot of those different, emo and scene and metal and screamo bands from back in the day. I gave a lot of those a chance nowadays. But back then, I didn't. And yeah. And for a while, it kind of stayed that way. But years and years and years go by. I meet my good and real life friend, Megan. Now, she's a major fan of Motionless in White. It's her favorite band, I think. And yeah, she loves them. And I meet her and she, asked me, "Oh, have you heard of them before? Have you listened to them before?" And I say, "Oh, I've heard of them. I've heard of them, but I haven't really listened to them." And then I think she asked me why I haven't listened. And I'm like, "Oh, well, I kind of assumed that they were just like, an emo scene, metal screamo type of band. I didn't think any more of them, and I didn't really want to listen to any more of that back then because I already listened to enough." I don't think I ever said that to her exactly, but I kind of try to explain the best way I could why I didn't give them a chance or listen to them before. And she was shocked by this. She was almost a little offended by this because, yeah, she's like, "Oh, they're more than that. They're definitely more than that. You should give them a listen. You should actually, listen to them, especially nowadays. They're definitely more than that." Yeah, they were kind of like that back then, but a little bit, back in the 2000s. But they're definitely more than that now. You should definitely give them a listen now. I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll do that." And so she actually, suggested a couple of albums and a couple of songs from those albums for me to listen to. And yeah, and I eventually did, and boy was I wrong. I was definitely wrong. They're way more than just a emo scene band. They're way more than the metal screamo band. They're way more than that nowadays. No, don't get me wrong, there's still some emo vibes, there's still some screamo vibes and whatnot there. And of course there's still a metal band. But yeah, they're definitely more than that nowadays. Their music is, yeah, it's amazing. It's definitely, and I know I've used this word so many times in these music discovery things, but their music has definitely evolved over the years, you know. Like, they incorporate a lot of different styles and sounds, and definitely a lot of different genres nowadays as well into their music. And it all overall is, it's just, they're just amazing. Their overall sound and their music is just amazing. And I gotta mention the lyrics. I gotta mention the lyrics. The lyrics are some of the best lyrics I've ever heard coming from a metal band, honestly. I've never heard such deep and meaningful lyrics before. Well, not, you know what I mean. They have some of the most deep and meaningful lyrics. You know, their lyrics feel like they mean something. They stick to you. You know, they're highly relatable. They feel like there's something behind them. You know, more than just they're more than just the lyrics. There's actually a message, or multiple messages, I should say. You know, behind them, a deeper meaning, a deeper message, an important lesson or lessons. You know, there's something, and their lyrics are amazing. And overall, their music and everything is amazing as well. They're an amazing band. And yeah, and I gladly thank Megan for reintroducing me to them, you know, and actually making me give them another chance, because yeah, they're definitely amazing. Honestly, I think they're kind of up there with some of my favorite bands. And I know I have a hard time picking a favorite anything, really, but yeah, I think they would be up there with some of my favorite bands to listen to. And that's saying a lot for someone like me. But yeah, they're an amazing band with amazing lyrics, amazing music, and they're amazing. And also, Chris Motionless is hot. I had to say that too. But yeah. Anyways, that's about it.